So now we have a Labour MP as London Mayor, and as much as Zach Goldman tried to tarnish the reputation of Sadiq Khan, it didn't quite work, and now he is getting reprimanded for it from everyone you can wave a stick at. During the BBC News, when the tables were being scrolled on screen, Labour was showing down 1% compared to 2012 elections, and Conservatives were down 3%. But the BBC was insisting that was a catastrophe for Labour. Yet, they went on to win 57 councils compared to Conservatives, who won 38. It seemed during this current process of elections for London Mayor, it was Labour that was continually being shown to be having a bad time, despite the results. Well, here may be the reason why. One name, and one name alone, Rona Fairhead. And who is this lady? Well, first you have to know who and what runs the BBC and its editorial content. Now, some of you may know this, but if you don't, it may well come as food for thought. The BBC Trust is responsible for granting licences to all BBC outlets and stations, which leads to managing value for money on licence fee payments and the direction of BBC editorial and creative output. Now, this trust actually consists of 12 trustees, and they are headed by Rona Fairhead, who also happens to have been a long-time board member of HSBC Bank. Rona Fairhead has ground-in ties to the Tories, and she is actually best friends with George Osborne. Now, Rona worked for the Conservative government as a Cabinet Office member until being appointed by the previous Conservative Culture Secretary, Sajid Javid, as the new head of the BBC Trust. But she is still business ambassador for David Cameron. And what could be deemed as equally sinister is she has also got Conservative links that extend to banking. There are claims made online by the Canary that she was actually appointed chairwoman of the BBC Trust to keep a lid on David Cameron's involvement in covering up a £1 billion fraudulent HSBC scam on British shoppers. Now, whistleblower Nicholas Wilson made various Freedom of Information requests that confirmed that Fairhead's appointment did not follow proper procedure. But along with Rona Fairhead, there is also another underlying conflict of interest. And here comes another name. James Harding, who is the Director of News and Current Affairs at the BBC, now a former employee of the Murdoch Press. While editor of the Times newspaper, he was responsible for exposing the identity of police blogger Nightjack by hacking the blogger's email. And we all know the affair of hacking with regards to News International, which his legal team then covered up during a court case against the Action. Harding has also gone on record as pro-Israel. These are two major conflicts of interest that tarnish the very reporting that is fed out to the public. The two individuals in particular are there to do a job, supposedly to drive the news and politics agenda for the BBC, but it seems instead they are driving forward their personal and professional causes, and it's us who are paying the licence fee, which is footing the bill. Now, I draw your attention to the white paper that was released by Culture Secretary John Whittingdale, which pokes at the ability for BBC to state what it pays its top stars and how it spends the 3.7 billion licence fee income. The BBC currently publishes a limited amount of information about how much it pays its stars, disclosing only how many performers sit within a variety of financial bands ranging from 50,000 up to 5 million. The paper has been circulated with Whitehall officials, and I think what has happened, they have come to realise the amount of tax that may be gotten away with. However, don't be fooled by the motives of why the paper was released. The appointment of Rona Fairhead is by no means an accident and was more an achievement of a long-term goal, I feel. And this doesn't just stop there either. The Conservatives and their oppos have their influence on print as well. Here we go. The Sun and The Sun on Sunday, owned by Rupert Murdoch, billionaire, alleged tax avoider, supported Tories in 2010. The Mail and Mail on Sunday, owned by Lord Rothermere, billionaire, he supported the Tories in 2010. Metro, the underground paper, you know, the one you get when you go to the train, that's also owned by Lord Rothermere, and again I say supported the Tories in 2010. The Telegraph and the Sunday Telegraph, David and Frederick Barclay are the owners. They're billionaires and they live on a private island near Sark. Alleged tax avoiders, supported the Tories in 2010. The Times and the Sunday Times, again owned by Rupert Murdoch, alleged tax avoider. I say again, once again, I say he supported the Tories in 2010. The London Evening Standard, owned by Alexander and Evgeny Lebedev. Alexander is a billionaire, ex-KGB, and lives in Russia. Evgeny lives in UK, again supported the Tories in 2010. The Daily Express and Sunday Express, owned by Richard Desmond, billionaire pornographer, again alleged tax avoider, supported the Tories in 2010. Daily Star Sunday, again owned by Richard Desmond, supported the Tories, I say again, in 2010. Financial Times, owned by Pearson plc, a public limited company, they supported the Tories in 2010. You could probably guess that these publications account to millions of readers. The real reason for the government wanting to get involved with the BBC? I'll let you make your own mind up. Suffice it to say, feed your brain with more of this and less of this bad boy and its counterpart. Let me know in the comments if you agree. If you like the information, give me the thumbs up, and as always, click subscribe, and I'll see you next time.